Yo, what's going on, you guys? I'm here with the Dimensional Being Challenge. Now, after this challenge, I only have one more to go until I have to wait for the Deathless Challenge. So, I will be saving for the next one, which is because it's the full Necropolis run. I'll probably be doing it sometime this coming week, probably near the end of the week, because you get a dupe for Wiccan from the 10 by 10 calendar or whatever, and it'll just kind of be nice for the challenge. But not just that, I also need to save some revives because I just want to make sure I'm safe and secure in my potions and revives. So this will be the last one just for a few days. But starting with this first fight, I use Kushala. I'll get to my team in a second. I use Kushala with the Odin. Basically during heavy attacks, he'll be like unstoppable and stuff. So don't really have him throw heavy attacks like right there. But then you're indestructible. It's just so he can gain buffs because he needs at least like I think 6 buffs. It's a matter of what type for you to do damage at all. So you can have him throw heavies in your face and you just eat the damage. And then because then he'll gain energized on himself. And then he'll have his own buffs, but then Kushala just applies buffs, so you just automatically do damage. Just rotate between your special 1 and special 2 and you'll be good. It's just pretty simple, pretty easy, not gonna lie, probably the easiest fight on the path. But the second fight, I was America Chavez. So my team real quick: Kushala, America Chavez, Spot, Cosmic Ghost Rider, and Future Ant-Man. So let's get to this fight. You can use Kushala. I just used America Chavez because in this fight, every time Claire has 0 or 20 of her purple like charges thingies, she'll gain Death Touch and go passively unblockable for like 6 or 8 seconds, so you can't get hit or else you're just gonna die. That's pretty much it for this fight. You're gonna be gaining buffs. She's gonna be gaining like placebo buffs as well. So just expect, and you're gonna be immune to all of her debuffs. So she'll gain power from that. The moral of the story of this fight: just do your normal damage with Chavez, but focus on your purple dimension just a little bit more to reduce her power gain, just to make sure you don't get you don't get destroyed by her special with like 3 or so or something like that. But it's also pretty simple. And now it gets a little bit tricky. So here I use Future Ant-Man. Honestly, Chavez and Shaw could work, but Future Ant-Man I just want to try out, and also he just works for the side as well. So this fight, you will be applying. It's like your Shang-Chi. Like when you throw your basic attacks, the way you end them applies the Wushu strikes. And if he doesn't at least have one, so if you don't at least do one of those combinations, doesn't say one on the little white, the Chi like charge thing, and he throws a special attack and there's not at least one, then you take some damage, and that's basically it. And then you refresh the charges with your heavy attack. You refresh like the ability to be able to do them. It's just like if you know how to play Shang-Chi, it'll make more sense. But this fight, use Future Ant-Man normally. I kind of learned him. I just kind of learned him a little bit better through this Necropolis run. But you're gonna want to get your disintegrations from your special 1, and then just throw special 2s that do tons of damage. Like he does massive damage, like 67k per hit on a special 2. But that's like max damage, but it's pretty good. I just died with him, so I had to go in with Kushala and finish it off. And she does work as well, but it kind of depends who you want to use there. It's a little bit trickier. So yeah, it took me a second, but you just gotta focus in more. That's really it. And for this fight, I'm trying to think here. I would say you can use anyone. I don't know. I just use Kushala because she's straightforward. She's just probably the simplest, best option here. CGR also works, but I'm gonna be baiting specials and stuff, so it's gonna mess up my rotation a little bit. But Kushala is very manageable. But now we're on the regular path, so now actually I understand how this Squirrel Girl fight works. So with Kushala, you're just gonna want to play it normally, apply the debuffs and incinerates. But Squirrel Girl, every time her tippy toe attaches to you, the squirrel or whatever, you'll gain ruptures. And basically, when it applies after that great timer is up, you're gonna want to throw a special attack, because if you knock her down with a special attack, like right here, it'll end it, and then you'll stop getting ruptures on yourself, because the next time tippy toe applies, how many ruptures you have will be converted to instant ruptures and do a ton of damage, which is what I struggled with last time. So just throw special attacks and time that right, but this fight should be perfectly fine if you just play it right. Of course, with every fight, that's going to be the case. But now we have Silver Centurion. So, this fight's kind of always a slugfest. I just use Future Ant-Man. Same thing, just you can do your normal damage, because the detonation, whatever, like power detonation, power drain timer, whatever, is gonna come and clutch even like no matter what special attack you throw. So just play Future Ant-Man normally. Play him normally, but just like if you need to drain Silver Centurion's power, just like focus on whatever special attack you have and use that to power drain him. Like, you don't only focus on your rotation, but you're gonna be able to get off some good damage with Future Ant-Man here. You'll be able to get your power detonations and do special 2 damage. So as you see, I have 3 power disintegrations, and then that's a ton of damage. I didn't even see how much I did. But as you can see, like, oh no, I need to power drain him. Obviously it's sped up from like my rotation with Future Ant-Man, or however, you know, that kind of works. And then I throw a special 1, he gets power drained, and you can just kind of power control with Future Ant-Man. He's really the key to this path, not gonna lie. I would say he's like the key champion to this path. Him and Kushala. I think that would be the keys to the path. But I know Gallon works as well. I trusted with champions I brought in more. Maybe not Spot. Spot didn't do like really anything. So it's up to you guys though. If you have a high ranked Spot, he'll probably work as well. But these are the main candidates in my path. Here I die because he runs out of Necropolis charges or whatever they're called. And then it goes unblockable, and that's just automatic death. But as you're gonna see right here, I mean, oh look, yeah, CGR works as well, right? No. So, you can get some good damage off the CGR, but I mean, this guy still has a ton of power gain, or just he doesn't have power gain, but Silver Centurion, you know, he's not gonna be losing his special attack, his barge of power. He's not gonna be like losing any power when throwing special attacks when he's locked on, so it's not that easy. I would definitely recommend Future Ant-Man for this fight. I don't really know. I think you're kind of cooked if you don't have Future Ant-Man for this fight. Not gonna lie, because you need power control for this fight. No matter who, you know, you kind of need it. But you can still kill. Like I killed him off with CGR there. Just of course he has a ton of damage. That's why. That's it for that fight. But this fight is the worst. It's the worst fight I've dealt with, and all of these challenges so far. KT1 was right. I was right. I was watching his VOD. You know, the stream he streamed. He was right, but he was wrong. So this is like the worst fight ever in the challenges so far. But he was wrong in using Chavez. So Chavez works here kind of, because if you just spam heavy attacks, you will have your purple dimensions, and then you'll be able to kind of avoid Spider-Man 2099's power gains he gets every 10 seconds, because he's going to have a ton of power gain. But after you gain too many dimensions, you're actually going to just lose them, and they're going to fall off quickly. But then you'll be able to get them back up. But there's a window where Spider-Man 2099 is going to be able to kill you, because he has a lot of power gain. And of course the ruptures, when you gain bars of power and you have a rupture, it just pops and you die. And that heavy spam with American Chavez does like virtually no damage. So I actually found that Future Ant-Man worked. KT mainly used American Chavez. I don't really know how he did it, but Future Ant-Man totally worked better for me. The thing is, try not to block as much so you don't take ruptures. But if you need to remove the power gain from Spider-Man 2099, blocking a special 1 attack hits will not apply ruptures to you. At least it did not at all for me. So that's what I would do. Block a special 1, or if you have to, like right here, special 2 hits. I luckily killed him right there. But yeah, just block a special 1 hits if you need to get rid of his power gain. And if the ruptures are on you, just kind of wait it out. And then do your normal playstyle with Future Ant-Man. It just kind of got boring. It was a pretty boring fight and tedious. So just be ready to revive for that. That was probably like 4 revives, I'm pretty sure, for me. But this fight, Sunspot, nothing really much here. You can use Kushala. You can use Future Ant-Man because you class advantage. You can use CGR, but just the thing, obviously, when he runs out of solar flares or solar flare charges or whatever, you're gonna have those power stings on you, so you can't really use special attacks. There's like a 10-ish second, maybe like a 5 to 10 second window when they fall off that you can use special attacks because he runs out of solar flare charges quickly. So I don't. It doesn't really matter who you use here. I just use Future Ant-Man because he had class advantage, and he had pretty good damage in the Necropolis. Not gonna lie, his damage is actually pretty nice. As you can see, no power, no disintegrations. Those are doing like 30k per hit, including my like the white numbers or whatever. I mean, red numbers was just 20k per hit. There with no disintegrations. Same thing right here. So that's nice. But yeah, you can't really use special attacks all the time. I just found myself getting rooted a lot because this was another longish fight. But yeah, use whoever you want here. Doesn't really matter. That's gonna be up to you. Just depends, you know, who you enjoy playing. But you're gonna see, I die stupidly here. You're just gonna want to not throw a ton of special attacks. Just be wary of the power stings. Finished it off with Chavez. She does some pretty nice damage as well in the Necropolis, as you're gonna see. That's pretty nice, man. That was about like almost 150k special too. That's pretty nice. But that's it for the path already. I mean, this is one of the harder challenges. Honestly, this is the hardest one I've done so far. Just like the champions on the path. It's not super hard, but it's just like some of the fights are pretty tricky and annoying, and others aren't. I was just able to kind of revive through it, and yeah, yeah, it wasn't terrible though. But the 7-star reward was a 7-star awakening on Captain Falcon. So not the greatest reward, of course, but we'll be back at it later today. And now we should definitely get into the path and that little infographic. Alright, you guys, so this is the infographic I have for this time. And I've changed it up a little, just tiny bit, not really at all that much. But obviously in total, I'm pretty sure it is 13 revives. You can go ahead and count. 6, 7, yep, 13 revives. So it's actually less than the last one I did, but just in general, it's harder, I would say. I'm not actually gonna go based off my experience only. I'm just gonna go like in kind of general as much as I can. But then the ranking would be Worthy Gods easiest, Chosen Challengers second easiest, Masterful Mutants third, and then this one will be fourth because there's a lot of reliance on power control, and the defenders are just harder on this path. So it's pretty tricky. Gotta manage. Some of the fights are actually easy, but just overall, it kind of averages out to be a bit difficult. So it could be a little bit interchangeable with Masterful Mutants because the Mutants one has a lot of tough defenders too. But Onslaught and Mr. Sinister are just really good. Not for every fight, but they still are pretty good. So let me know what you guys thought about this video. Hopefully it helped. And of course, I will be seeing you guys all very soon.